Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
The process, okay? Just trust it. You'll know more later, I think. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for allowing us to have these cranes here. That's right. To have these cranes, we appreciate it. But are we on now, David? Okay, so now we're on, and everyone can see the beautiful cranes from yesteryear that we used to have. All right, so tonight, David has lined up a great show as usual. Dr. Terry Leclerc, I know everyone knows who Terry Leclerc is. She is the retired English professor and the queen of the Prison Show Book Club, and the author, of course, of the Prison Grievances, When to Write, How to Write, as well as 4 other books, at least 4 other books. Andre Taylor is going to be on. He's Texas Advocates for Justice, or TAJ, criminal justice organizer. And Theodore, I guess I need to I need new glasses. That's what I need. And Chivas Watson. Are they going to be on together?
Yep.
Okay.
Chivas is interviewing
Chivas will
Theodore.
Chivas will be interviewing Theodore, so they will be on the phone. They're calling in. And, of course, Abraham Bonowitz, the co-director and founder at Death Penalty Action, he will be calling in. So we have a full show with cranes. See how nice? I know one of you out there is going to appreciate it, and it just has me tickled. Yes, it does. So how about any words of wisdom, David? That
Yeah, if you know how to operate a camera and sound equipment, then please volunteer here at KPFT.
Yeah, because we need.
How many hats do I wear? Y'all keep calling me octopus, but I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's why David gets paid the big bucks.
I get paid the same as you. What are you talking about?
I know, the big bucks.
If you don't, anyway, go ahead.
So,
we need the big bucks.
Yeah, we do need the big bucks, but we ain't getting the big bucks.
If you got the big bucks, then come on down.
Okay, yeah, come on down. We don't mind you. And if you know how to run a what are these, iPads? Or
yeah, we do iPads with Switcher Studio.
Right. Or you can always learn Switcher Studio.
You can find out as much as I know and go from there.
Yeah, that's right. And all right, let's just get on to the show. And we have Dr. Terry Leclerc is waiting on hold. So let's get her on the air. Hey, Terry.
Hey, this is a strange beginning. You have octopuses. You have cranes. What's next?
Well, you know what? They're going to have to stay tuned because one never knows.
One never knows. I would like to first congratulate Andrea Johnson, who was at Luther. Believe me, everybody should applaud. Yay. He is now out. He was a great supporter and a great reader and writer. I'm going to miss him because his book reports were so interesting. I know whatever he does, Mr. Johnson is going to be a success in life because he sets a goal and he follows it, which we should all do, right? Okay, so that was Mr. Johnson. I have 2 bits of writing I want to talk to you guys about. These are from, this is the first place in the inaugural Voices Beyond the Walls writing contest. It's a national contest. And I'm going to tell you, or read out loud a little bit of 2 of them if we have time. I'm just so shocked by how good they are. You know, it kind of makes me stopped up. Okay, so the first one is Life Outside the Walls by Shireen Moore, 2026. My short story here reflects how it feels, what life is like when you have a loved one behind lockdown. My prayers go out with all of you. Okay. I left the porch light on the first night he was gone out of habit, not hope. It stayed on until sunrise, and I never turned it off. Just became another line in that electric bill. They say prison happens inside walls. That's half true. The other half happens out here, in kitchens at the DMV, where there are no bars, but there's still plenty of locks. I think that's pretty good. So her husband was given 24 months. She drove home alone, kept the windows up so she could keep the smell of him as long as possible. The first month, she says, was paper, a Ziploc, wallet, belt, rings, things that just had to get done. Calls started on the second Tuesday. She learned how to be at the counter by 9:14. The first time she tried to tell him everything. The Tahoe transmission, feed prices, on a roll, how my teeth got hurt. And guess what? The voice cut us off at 15 minutes. Right. By week 3, I knew the rules. They don't print. Don't talk about legal cases. Don't name inmates. Put money in on Friday for Saturday. Write his number on everything. So the first visit that I had in the prison was worse than sentencing. The CO calling me honey and patting me down. He came out thinner, smiling with his eyes. 3 seconds to hug, and that's when we were allowed. Coffee was $1.50 and tasted like regret. I think that's slight. Money stretched. 60 for commissary, 40 for the gas to see him, 200 for the lawyer. I shopped with my calculator open. I fixed the kitchen sink myself. The faucet was dripping at 1 a.m. after my shift. I watched a YouTube under the sink while the drip stopped. I cried into the linoleum. I was so mad he wasn't there to do it, but I did it. The house got quiet in a bad way. I left the TV on. The calls became our marriage. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm good, meant I'm not. Tell me something normal, meant tell me something about tomatoes, but not concrete. By the 8th month, we fought. He'd lost rec time, and he was really upset. He thought he was upset, but believe me, he was upset. I was upset. By the Thursday, we both said, sorry. In the middle of the year, I quit waiting for my old life. I started a certificate program, took care of her kids. She went to therapy, which was $20. The counselor asked me what I was guilty about. I started laughing. My husband's in the cell, so I said, I'm getting good at being alone. That makes me feel guilty. We stopped pretending 15 minutes was enough. Just tell the truth. The last 6 months, by the way, are the hardest. I cleaned his closet 3 times. Am I excited? Yes. Terrified too. What if we don't fit? He gets on in November. Last visit, he looked cleaner. He's nervous about driving and self-checkout. I'm nervous about sharing the bathroom. It made us both laugh. The first real laugh in 2 years. He asked about that porch light. You don't have to leave it on now. I said, I want to. Okay, in prison, you can learn in 15 minutes that those 15 minutes can hold a marriage together if you don't waste those minutes. Okay, I drove home, now I'm 35. Porch light was still on at 10 in the morning. You know what that means. Somebody lives here. Somebody was expected. The house kept going, and so did I. That night, I turned the porch light off for the first time in 2 years. Not because I was tired of waiting, because he's home. We'd leave the kitchen light on low, and we'd learn, slowly, how to sleep in the same bed again. Probably diagonally at first, but then we're going to remember how we fit. What do you think of that?
Oh, wow.
It gave me shivers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes me think about all the people who have a porch light turned on, right? That are waiting and waiting. You know that feeling?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it is true. You know, everything that he wrote, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so the second place winner was about solitary. And I know you guys are going to have somebody else on later about solitaire. The title of this one is The Room That Tried to Unmake Me. There are some rooms a man walks into and leaves different. Then there are rooms where he's thrown into that try to make sure he never leaves at all, even if his body actually does. Solitary confinement was that kind of room. It would have many names. The whole segregation, lockdown, special housing administrative confinement. The system is really good at naming things it doesn't want to call torture. But I know what it is. It's a concrete coffin with a living man inside. The years I spent in my life in cages, but this solitary was different. Prison takes away your freedom. Solitary takes away your connection to the human family. A man can survive steel bars if he hears somebody laughing down the tier, when he can speak to another soul, when somebody calls his name and reminds him that he is still a part of the living. But in solitary, your name begins to fade. In that room, memory becomes a blessing and a blade. I thought about everything I'd done right and wrong. One of the cruelest things about incarceration, life doesn't pause while you're suffering. People age. People die. Children grow up. The world keeps spinning. When you're in solitary, grief has nowhere to go. There's no shoulder to lean on, no hand to hold, no quiet room full of family after a funeral, no one sitting beside me saying, I know this hurts. There's only one cell, the walls, the ceiling, the floor, the silence. Silence is pretty crowded because I spend some of my time thinking what I did wrong. Solitary is being forced to live inside your mind while the state slowly removes every human thing that keeps your mind whole. A handshake, a conversation, a door opening becomes prayer. I learned that human spirit is powerful, but I learned that no spirit should be tested this way. Somewhere inside of me, there's still a voice that refused to die. Sometimes it was loud, sometimes it barely whispered. Sometimes it was just enough to get me through one more hour. The voice told me, you're still a man, you're a son, you're a thinker, and still here. I'm still here. That's a kind of resistance. I arrived by reaching for whatever pieces I had myself. The cell hadn't already stolen. I prayed, I remembered, I talked to myself. I bent whole worlds inside imagination like the one I was trapped in that was too small for my humanity. I held on to words like they were tools. I really like that too. I write because some people came home from solitary, but a part of them is still waiting for that door to open. A body comes home before the soul does. Healing isn't a straight line. Your body can be there, but you might not be. truth, the solitary did not just try to punish me. It tried to escape me, to erase me. I'm not writing this from the wound or the fire. I'm writing this so you, the people listening, can understand that solitary confinement tried to steal many things from me. Tried to steal my peace, my memory, my softness, my sense of being. Tried to steal the part of me that still believed I could be more than what I did. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And maybe this is the victory that solitary never expected. That after all that silence, I would become a voice. That after all that darkness, I would carry the light. That after being locked away in the world, I would return with a testimony strong enough to shake those walls.
And I'm sorry, Terry. Man, I'm going to need that. If you can email it to David, please.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it up on the Prison Show's Facebook. But we appreciate you being on tonight, Terry, and thank you so much.
I'm sorry if I took too much time, but I just thought those pieces were so special and might touch somebody's heart.
Oh, I know it has. It touched ours for sure. So
okay.
we
thank you so much for allowing me to share anything with you guys, and I hope to hear from you soon.
It's always a treat. Thank you, Terry.
God bless.
Same to you. Bye-bye. All right. Now we have Andre. Andre Taylor is with TAJ, Texas Advocates for Justice. How are you doing, Andre?
I'm okay today. Hi, everyone. My name is Andre Taylor. I'm the criminal justice organizer at Grassroots Leadership. I'm here to talk about a couple of past events and a couple of upcoming events as well. The first one I want to talk about is Poetry and Politics that happened July 11th. It's a community event that happened at our office where we got together in solidarity with community. And we did some poetry and we talked about politics. And the next event I have is NOSL. That's short for National Night Out for Safety and Liberation. That happened on August 4th. Also at our office, where we got together with community, we did some poetry, and we talked about what safety actually meant to some community members. We gave some recognition to some community members as well, who just been actually out there in community doing what they're supposed to do, and looking out for their neighbors, making community safe. The upcoming event that's coming up on August 19th is No ALPRs. ALPR stands for No Automatic License Plate Reader. And that will be hosted at our office. The address is 4407 New Orleans Street, Houston, Texas, 77020. We also participated in the march and the visual for Mr. Lorenzo, who was tragically murdered by ICE detention on July 7th. In September, we will also begin canvassing and talking about voter engagement to build up our base. And next, I also want to bring up that our general body meeting is also August 20th at our office as well. And if anyone ever wants to write us, our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 88235, Houston, Texas, 77288. And that's all I have right now.
So with the license plate readers that you were speaking of, is that the flock cameras? Is that what that is?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is.
It's a hot button topic right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is very detrimental to community. But we want to let people know. A lot of people, once we start talking about flocks, they don't even know what the flock cameras look like. So we want to bring recognition to what people is actually looking at every day that they don't have any knowledge of, and how detrimental it is to their community. So, yeah, we're definitely doing that.
Well, it's amazing. Even, up north in Conroe, the Woodlands there, a lot of people are in support of it, but some people are, saying, wake up. Do you know what they're doing? It's just...
Yeah, and we're spending a lot of money on these cameras, and a lot of money is not going back into public safety. And, yeah.
So, any more events that are coming up that you want to share?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment. That's all I had.
I know I was, last time you were on, I was excited about the...
Have they had the Peacemaker Award yet?
No.
When is that?
That I am not sure.
I mean, Taj is going to get an award. That's why I thought that we might want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Do you know when it is, Andre?
Not at the moment. I know that it's upcoming, but I have not heard word of a finalized date on when we will actually receive the award.
Last, Linda and I were part of the organization at one point, and we still get the emails, but I do not believe they may have narrowed down a date. I'm not 100% sure, but as of right now, that I know they haven't. But Linda and I are the ones that nominated y'all for the Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was Linda and I that did that.
October 11th, 2026.
October 11th. There you go.
Be there, be square.
Yes, sir. I will be there. I will be there.
You know, your organization does such a fantastic job, Miss Diana, everyone involved with Taj. So we wanted to make sure that we nominated you, your organization, and man, we are so proud to know you, to be involved with your organization, and thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Well, thank you all for having us every 6 weeks, and I wish we can be on there a little bit sooner, but yeah, we want to thank you all for having us. You all do awesome work at the prison show, and I'll see you again very soon.
Okay, you're going to have to come down to the studio one time.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, thank you, Andre.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we're going to have, like I keep saying, I need to go get some more glasses. Okay, Chivas Watson, he is with In Mass Incarceration Houston and Working Group 512, and Theodore, I cannot read your last name, sorry, the font needed to be a little bit bigger for me, but Theodore, Outreach Coordinator for joinjeremy.org. So how are y'all doing, Chivas and Theodore?
Peace and power, peace and power, peace and blessings to all of our listeners around the world, all of our listeners across this country during this critical time in America, right here in Houston and throughout the great state of Texas. And as always, special peace and blessings to all of our brothers and sisters listening from behind the walls tonight. I'm Chivas Watson, your In Mass Incarceration Houston reporter here on KPFT 90.1 FM's The Prison Show. Now in my 5th year, bringing you conversations from the front lines of criminal justice, incarceration, reentry, legal advocacy, and the communities and families directly impacted by this system. And tonight, we're talking about something that goes right to the heart of why the prison show exists. The voices coming from behind these walls, and what happens when incarcerated people use those voices to write, expose what they're experiencing, challenge injustice, and demand accountability. Join me tonight in listening to my guest for this interview tonight, Theodore Amy, Outreach Coordinator with joinjeremy.org and a dedicated advocate for Jeremy Busby. Theodore has been working to bring greater attention to Jeremy's case and to the broader injustices faced by incarcerated people, particularly those who use their writing and their voices to speak about what is happening inside of our prison system. And Theodore's advocacy raises an important question for all of us. when someone is incarcerated, who makes sure their voice can still reach the outside world? Who listens? Who investigates? Who asks the hard questions? And when an incarcerated person alleges that the system itself has done wrong, who holds that system accountable? We're going to get into all of that tonight. Brother Theodore Amy, thank you again. Peace and blessings to you, and welcome to the Prison Show. And let me start right here. Who is Theodore Amy? And what brought you personally into this fight for Jeremy Busby and the rights of incarcerated people?
Oh, man, thanks for having me on. Everybody at the Prison Show, I'm happy to be here. My name is Theodore Amy. I'm the outreach coordinator for joinjeremy.org. I'm glad to be here. My father was incarcerated here in the state of Oklahoma for 30 years. I grew up without a father due to that. I myself was incarcerated 10 years ago, and that's where I met Jeremy Busby. I studied sociology and criminology before I was incarcerated, so I just kind of stayed in the field, and my mentorship is from Jeremy Busby, and I just advocate on his behalf to make a change in the system.
Fantastic, brother. Fantastic. And was there a particular moment when this went from something you cared about to something that you knew you had to act on?
Yes. Chivas, thanks for asking that. Yes, there was. I was incarcerated in Huntsville. Actually, that's the first time I listened to the Prison Show there. And while I was incarcerated, I met Jeremy Busby. And he was organizing events. He was educated. I think he had his bachelor's degree at the time. He ended up earning his master's degree. And he mentored me. He studied behavior science, mentored me in books pertaining to behavior science. We organized. We had events, Black History events, Peer Help. We were involved in everybody that was there. Helping them fight cases. And, man, I just had a passion, and that passion never left me, man. I just wanted to see change in the people around me.
That's amazing, brother. That's amazing. So fantastic. Thank you for answering that question. And so let's move into who is Jeremy Busby. For somebody listening tonight who's never heard Jeremy's name, tell us who Jeremy is and why you believe his writing and his case deserves attention.
Well, Jeremy Busby has been incarcerated for 27 years. He was incarcerated at the age of 18 and given a 75-year sentence. He spent his incarceration getting educated, being an activist, and he's always written and truly cared about the people. And so what he does is any topic related to changing the conditions inside of the prison, and even topics like advocating for suicides and homicides in prison, getting administrative staff through activism to check, try to check the balance, so to speak, in those fields, the laws pertaining to what you need to file a civil rights suit if you're an activist or if there's some kind of oppression that you're fighting against in prison. He addresses those laws. He addresses Securius, how they use it to spy on individuals that are related to incarcerated people. He actually just now put out an article about that in Truth Out. And so he's a change maker, and that's why we do what we do. We want to change the narrative. We want incarcerated individuals to not only have a seat at the table when it comes to how we approach prisons and implement policy, but we want them to be the main voice at that table. We just want to bring a light to everything that goes on inside the prisons.
Absolutely, and you and I know both well, when you come from prison, you have to create your own table. Peace to Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, and so let's try you and me on the outside, but our brother and other brothers and sisters on the inside. Let's try to speak from behind the walls. You've made the First Amendment and the voices of incarcerated people are an important part of your advocacy. What happens when an incarcerated person writes critically about the institution holding them or attempts to expose what they believe is wrongdoing? And perhaps if you can document anything, are we talking about grievances, disciplinary actions, correspondence restrictions, transfers, court filings, or something else? What happens?
Well, I wrote an article for Columbia Journal with Seth Stern, and we were documenting in that article what happens, like to incarcerated journalists whenever they speak out, and it's often they get bogus cases, they get transferred, they get prolonged solitary confinement due to the bogus cases. They get property destroyed. They try to silence them, and they use every mechanism that the jail has to do that, because they don't want the public on the outside to know what's going on the inside, because it holds them accountable. And they can't work in the dark, and they tend to use every measure they can to keep that from happening.
I got you, brother. I got you. And this is tough work. This is tough work. This is arduous work. And so where is the legal line? Prison officials have legitimate authority to maintain security and order, at least they say. At the same time, incarceration doesn't erase every constitutional protection. So where do you believe that legitimate authority ends and retaliation or censorship begins?
I think when security and order are jeopardized by like deplorable conditions, suicides and homicides, then the officials who get paid by the public need to be held accountable. They should automatically, as public servants, be against these practices. If I speak up because I'm being oppressed and you punish me more, that's where the censorship and retaliation usually begins.
I couldn't agree more, brother. I couldn't agree more. And so let's bring that home to Texas. Let's bring that home to Texas, right there in Beaumont at the Stiles unit and across the topography, the carceral topography. When someone's incarcerated in TDCJ and they believe they're facing retaliation, censorship, unsafe conditions, and other violations, where is meaningful accountability supposed to come from? The grievance system, the courts, lawmakers, journalists, families, or outside advocates? And where do you believe that system is failing?
I believe that somebody should use all of these avenues. Definitely, like if you're incarcerated or if you're a family member listening to this show and of someone that's incarcerated, get involved in an activist group. We're stronger as a collective, right? Stay up to date on the topics, on the movements. Know what's going on. Familiarize yourself with who to talk to. Get all your family involved. Don't leave. And if you're a family member, check on them all the time. But the inmate, wherever they're incarcerated, they need to document everything. Write a grievance, even if it's not. They're not going to do anything about it. Have your family member file a complaint with the ombudsman, because that's more documentation. Reach out to lawmakers. All these. Take every measure you can, and just act upon it. Get in touch with us. Talk to a journalist, an incarcerated journalist. And just advocate for change.
Wise words, brother, wise words. And so an action question. Theodore, someone is listening right now and they agree with you, whether they're in Germany, Oakland, California, or maybe in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. What can they do? What can they actually do, whether tonight, later tonight, or tomorrow morning, to support Jeremy Busby and other incarcerated people trying to make their voices heard? And you got brothers and sisters listening to us from right inside of the walls where we did time, brother, inside of TDCJ. What do you want to say directly to them?
I would say, go to our website, joinjeremy.com. We need volunteers. We need interns. One of our interns was just published in the Appeal and Truth Out. That's an exciting thing if you're in college in the criminal justice field or criminology, even studying to be a lawyer or whatnot. We need interns, and it's rewarding. My email address is outreach@joinjeremy.org. We welcome all who want to advocate for change. I've been where you are. I've been out 10 years and never stopped advocating. You can make a change like Jeremy Buxby has. He educated himself, he organized, and founded Join Jeremy from a prison cell. Be the change you want to see. Be courageous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And brothers that are listening, sisters that are listening, that courage goes a long way. And Theodore, thank you for joining us. And I want to emphasize something tonight. We can advocate fiercely while still being disciplined about facts. I know I've been through that. When allegations of retaliation, censorship, abuse, and unconstitutional conditions come from behind prison walls, our job isn't simply to repeat them. As Theodore said, document them. Save the grievance. Save the response. Save the disciplinary report. Save the letter. Write down the date, time, unit, officer, and official involved, witnesses, and what happened next. Families on the outside, keep copies. Build a timeline. Preserve the record. Because there's a tremendous difference between saying, I heard something happen, and being able to say, here's what happened. Here's when it happened. Here's the documentation. And here's who needs to answer for it. That's where community advocacy, journalism, and legal advocacy meet. And before I leave you tonight, I do want to do something that's fundamental to my role as the in-mass incarceration Houston reporter here on the Prison Show. And that's say their names. Tonight, I want to lift up Devin Anderson, Javier Quintero, Darius Elam, and Melissa Lucio. Different people, different circumstances, different legal postures. But every one of these names represents a human being, a family, and a story that deserves to be examined on the facts, not forgotten simply because prison walls stand between them and the rest of society. To Devin, Javier, Darius, Melissa, and everybody listening from behind the walls tonight, we haven't forgotten you. Keep writing, keep learning, keep documenting, keep pursuing the legal process available to you, and keep your people on the outside informed. Tonight's conversation with Theodore Amy is bigger than one advocate, one incarcerated writer, and one prison unit. And in honoring Black August, some of us know what Black August is, and some of us don't. But I want to uplift Black writers that are currently incarcerated. Keith Bomami Lamar out in Ohio. You keep your head up, brother. Jarvis J. Masters out in California. You keep your head up, brother. Mumia Abu Jamal out there in Pennsylvania. Spoon Jackson in California. Cornetta Harris in Texas. John J. Lennon in New York. B.C. Kim, Robert Caldwell Kim, Kelsey Dobson in Oklahoma, Patrick Irvin, Mike Crump, Billy Allen. And then historically, I want to amplify George Jackson in honor of Black August. Chester Himes, Brother Eldridge Cleaver, Brother Malcolm X. Again, my name is Chivas Watson. I'm your in-mass incarceration Houston reporter. If you want to get in touch with me from inside or on the outside, you can reach us on Instagram at Working Group 512. You can hashtag Working Group 512 on Facebook or TikTok or any other social media platforms. But we would love to receive your letters. And you can write us at 6633 US 290 East, Suite 307 in Austin, Texas, zip code 78723. Again, my name is Chivas Watson, signing out. David, Linda, Danny, thank you again for the opportunity. Great show we're having tonight. Peace and blessings.
Same to you, Chivas. Have a great weekend. Same to you, Theodore.
All right, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you, love.
on. Have a great one.
Hey, you too.
All right, now we're going to have Mr. Abe Bonowitz with Death Penalty Action. Hey, Abe.
Well, good evening. Good evening. You hear me all right?
We sure can.
All right. Well, let's get right down to it. It's always great to follow Chivas Watson and the power of his message. And so, I was glad to be with Chivas together at the Fasting Vigil back in the end of June in Washington, D.C., the 33rd annual Starving for Justice Fasting Vigil to Abolish the Death Penalty. He was there and so many others. And we were just, we sent a picture up of the two of us wearing our prison show T-shirts. And I hope you all got to see that. And I hope you all get your prison show T-shirts. I don't know how you do it, but I'm sure you can find it on the prison show webpage. And perhaps when you make your donation, they can send one out to you. I know David and Danny and Linda can talk about that later, but just wanted to give that shout out to Chivas. And again, greetings tonight to everybody. I hope you're staying cool. And let's get right down to it. I want to start tonight with some good news. We have a new exoneree, number 203, on the list of exonerations that's kept by the Death Penalty Information Center. Jermaine Marlowe Wright, who's been out since 2014, I think, but he was his attorney. Also, congratulations, Jim Marino. He became the 203rd person to be exonerated since 1973, and the second in Delaware from death row. So he was convicted and sentenced to death in 1992 for a liquor store robbery and murder of a clerk, Philip Seifert. No forensic evidence ever linked Mr. Wright to the crime, but he was convicted on the basis of a confession that he gave while under the influence of heroin and the false testimony of a jailhouse informant. How often do we have that? But this is a heads up. Even after a wrongful, a mistaken, or a coerced confession, exoneration is still possible. We've seen that a number of times now. His conviction was overturned in 2014 after it was revealed that prosecutors had withheld exculpatory evidence that proved he was not guilty and he was innocent. The evidence would have impeached the testimony of a jailhouse informant. Prosecutors also withheld evidence that an attempted robbery took place at another liquor store just less than an hour before Mr. Wright's alleged crime by suspects matching the same description and using a similar weapon. But instead of seeking the truth, prosecutors pinned it on Jermaine Wright. He goes by Marlowe. And this is another thing. He had agreed to a plea deal to avoid retrial and obtain his freedom. And in 2016, he was released from prison after pleading no contest to second-degree murder and being sentenced to time served. At the time, he said, after 24 years incarcerated, I just want to go home. But he's always maintained his innocence, and his legal team continued to fight. And this week, he is exonerated, and now he's got a declaration of innocence, and he can get some compensation and continue his life in freedom. So that's some good news. And just want to make sure to start out with that because most of the news tonight is not so good. I will note, on the good news side, Richard Glossop, who had 9 execution dates, 3 last meals, his execution was only halted because they found out they had ordered the wrong drug. So he's been out, he's on, monitoring, but he's free and able to live with his wife and have a life and waiting for retrial in Oklahoma. It was supposed to happen in September. It's now been pushed back to December. And I don't have the details about that, but the good news is that Richard Glossop is still free and is going to get a new day in court, and maybe ultimate freedom and exoneration. We'll see. In any case, we have 8 states so far this year have issued 47 death warrants. In 2026, 6 states have tried to execute, and 5 have actually done so. Tennessee failed in its execution attempt back in May of Tony Carruthers after butchering him on the execution gurney, trying to get a physician to open a central line, and they failed, and the governor stopped the execution. Unfortunately, the governor in Tennessee, Governor Lee, has refused to order an investigation or to do any kind of pause. And they plan another execution this week. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But 16 of the 19 executions so far this year have taken place in Florida, which had 12, and Texas, which had 4. And also 6 of the 12 pending executions are from those 2 states, which means that that's where the most executions are happening. The death penalty is really not in the United States. It's in a handful of states. We have to keep that in mind. This week, we're going to see the execution scheduled on Thursday, a week from yesterday. 3 executions are scheduled. The first time, I have to go back to some time now. I have to look it up. Since we've had 3 executions in 3 different states in one day. By the way, we had 2 executions in one state for the first time in decades last week in Florida. It was the first time that's happened in modern death penalty era in Florida. But now, this coming week, next Thursday, the 13th, we have an execution in Alabama, an execution in Oklahoma, and another attempt at execution in Tennessee. I want to tell you about these cases real quick. You've got a guy in, where'd this go? Here it is. Carlos Cuesta Rodriguez in Oklahoma. Interesting thing in his case, you've got a full-on clemency hearing. His attorneys were taken off guard when after making a 40-minute presentation that really spoke well to his potential for receiving mercy. Even the chairman of the parole board in Oklahoma said he was inclined to vote for mercy. And then Carlos got to speak, and he said, I don't want clemency. Go ahead and execute me. I think, if this is what will help the victim families, then that's what I want. And it just took everybody by surprise because they weren't expecting that. So he's scheduled to go at 10 a.m. in Oklahoma, and also at 10 a.m. in Tennessee, Daryl Hines, a man who's claimed innocence. There's nobody really talking about his innocence claim. We received an email from a relative of his asking what we do and if we could help, and then there was no further information. But what we do know is that aside, Daryl Hines has had several strokes, and he is right now in the prison hospital, paralyzed, blind in one eye, can barely eat. In fact, we learned yesterday that they've actually reconfigured the Death Watch area in Tennessee's Riverbend Maximum Security Prison to accommodate his hospital bed. And this will be yet another execution where the prisoner cannot even walk himself to death. He will be rolled in on a gurney and will have to be picked up and put on the execution table. This guy is no threat, and that's who we're going to kill. And then at 6 p.m. So those 2 are at 10 a.m. At the same time in Oklahoma and Tennessee. And then at 6 p.m., all the Central Time in Alabama, Jeremy Williams. He is another person who has waived his appeals and said, this is my penance. I want to offer as my remorse, and maybe this will help the victim families a little bit. So, we honor his intention at the same time as we oppose the idea that the state should have any power to execute, because we know how easily they make mistakes and how they cannot be trusted to get it right every time. And not only that, how the way they implement the death penalty is simply unfair. And we get into a whole bunch of those things. But in any case, those are the 3 executions on the 13th. I plan to be outside the prison in Tennessee. and then we're going to get in the car and scoot on down to Alabama and be outside the prison there. But before that, tomorrow I'm getting in the car and driving down to Tennessee, where on Sunday a whole bunch of us are going to walk a letter that the prisoners have written to the governor, basically saying, we know you are a man of faith, and we invite you to come and pray with us. The prisoners wrote this letter, signed it, and we're going to carry it to from the prison to the Capitol. It's about a 9-mile walk. We've done this on the Sunday before executions in Tennessee now for a number of years. This will be, I think, the 9th time that we're doing this. So I'll be down there for that. We're going to be, if you're anywhere near Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to be speaking at the Church of the River along with Mississippi death row survivor, exonerated Sherwood Brown, and also the Journey of Hope from Violence to Healing, Suzanne Bosler. The three of us will be speaking at the Church of the River in Memphis on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Central Time. Join us there if you can. And then, of course, the executions are on Thursday. Let's see, as we get winding it down here, I want to talk for a moment about the clemency campaigns that are going on as we wind down the governor's terms in California and Kansas and Ohio and Alabama. These governors are all on their way out, and we're asking them to commute all the death sentences on their death row. Now, in Alabama, it's a little bit different. So in California, we have a governor that's always opposed to the death penalty. In Kansas, we have a governor that's opposed to the death penalty. We'll see what she'll do. In Ohio, we have a governor who's flipped on the issue. Governor DeWine last month came out and declared that he has changed his position on the death penalty. We're asking him to commute all those death sentences. But in Alabama, it's a little bit different because the next guy lined up to be executed in Alabama is Jeffrey Lee, and he is, that's on the 17th of September. He was to be executed last month. It was in June, and it was stopped because they were going to use gas suffocation, and the courts disallowed gas suffocation. I think we may have seen the last gas suffocation execution, maybe. But in any case, the other bigger issue for him, not how they were going to kill him, but the fact that they were going to kill him because his jury voted 7-5 for life. And a judge overruled that, called jury override. And there's 25 people on death row in Alabama, including Jeffrey Lee, who the judge overrode the recommendation of the jury, which was for life, and sentenced them to death. And we're asking Governor Ivey, who, when she came into office, they changed the law, and she signed that bill into law, but they didn't make it retroactive, leaving 25 people. So that campaign is called We the Jury, and we're inviting people to write to key people in the governor's office and urge that Governor Ivey commute all those sentences. Before I go, a quick shout-out to Melissa Lucio, Rodney Reed, and everybody else that's got upcoming date there in Texas with James Norman, Rami Kushan Olajua, if I'm saying that right, and Jamal Howard. Shout out to all of you. You're in our prayers. And finally, an honorary unsubscribe to my friend George White. George White was wrongly convicted in the murder of his own wife and shooting himself 3 times in a robbery at the place of business in Alabama. And it took about 7 years from the time of the crime to the time of his ultimate exoneration. George faced the death penalty at trial. He got a life sentence. He spent a couple of years in prison, but then he was exonerated and freed. He was let out. His conviction was thrown out and eventually exonerated. In any case, George became a leading spokesperson in the healing power of forgiveness and a co-founder of the organization Journey of Hope from Violence to Healing. He's been throughout Texas multiple times with the Journey, sharing his story multiple times at the moratorium campaign's annual death row march that they do in Austin. George has spoken there a number of times. In any case, he gave his last speech during the fast and vigil this year, and then a couple of weeks ago he had a stroke, and then last week it was a couple of days ago now, on Tuesday, he passed away. So our prayers and love to his family and to lift up his legacy as a man that has worked to educate people about how the state makes mistakes and how executions have nothing to do with the healing in the aftermath of the death of a murder of our loved ones. Reach me at Death Penalty Action, P.O. Box 27212 in Columbus, Ohio, 43227. That's Abraham Bonowitz, Death Penalty Action, P.O. Box 27212, Columbus, Ohio, 43227. And with that, again, stay cool. Thanks, everybody, for just for having us tonight and for all the work that you're all doing. And make it a great night.
Thank you so much, Abe. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have you ever cried yourself to sleep? Have you ever tried but couldn't eat? A picture of your face, I can't breathe, 'cause your memory don't let up. Thinking about how good it was. There was a time that you loved me. I'm living life day to day. I'm trying to maintain my sanity. I've lost touch and I cannot speak. Oh, I'm yearning for your tender touch, thinking about how good it was. And you used to tell me that you loved me. I'm on my knees in this room alone, and I'm praying for the time you come back home. We're using the past, yeah, leave it alone. Yeah, 'cause now this family is all I got, and you're not tearing us apart. Do you really know what's good for me? Oh, no, no, no.
That was Dennis Wayne Price. What's good for me? You're listening to KPFT Houston. This is Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. I wanted to invite you guys to call us any Friday night after 9:45 p.m. Central Time and leave a shout out for your loved ones. Just call us at 713-526-5738, option number 2. You can also leave a pre-recorded message on our Facebook Messenger app during the week, or you can email me at david@theprisonshow.net.
Okay, and now we're ready for some phone calls, the most important part of the show. Let's get to Lydia. She's been holding for a minute, so let's get to her. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
She was looking for the button.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey,
I kept saying that. I kept saying Dani, and nothing.
And Linda was pointing at 2 or 3 different buttons before she finally hit it.
But now you're on. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, mijo. We enjoyed the good dinner, mijo. The meat turned out good. The rain stopped after you called. It sprinkled a little bit more and it stopped, and then the sun came out and got real pretty. But we had a good dinner. Now my tummy hurts, of course. But we were watching Texas, and I think it was the Orioles were playing. Orioles, see? And Texas won. It was a good game, 2-1. It's a very good game. But that's about it. Tia Janie, Alyssa sent me a thank you for the gift, for the money, and that's about it. I didn't talk to Theo today or to Tia early. I didn't talk to, except for Jane. I just talked to Jane, or I texted Tia Janie, and that was it. Okay? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Give me a buzz. Saludos to the guys, to Big Will, Eric, Roderick, Brandon, Mark, Rudy, Juan, Jeff Pribble. I haven't seen him in a while. But my saludos, Jeff. Know that you're thought of. Okay, and my saludos to Dani and Linda and David. It was good to see you, Dani.
It was good to see you, too.
Yeah. I'm already planning this coming trip and see when I'm going to be going. Yeah. But anyway, we'll see you. You guys have a safe trip home.
All right.
Good night, Papi. I love you. Good night. Good night, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now, Gibbs. Gibbs is on the line. Hey, Gibbs.
Yes? Are you ready?
We are ready. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Old Man Gibbs, the old geezer, the old crippled geezer on the walker, D3. I just want to say hello to all y'all in there, Snapper, E and F Dorms, Moss, Country, Crash, Outlaw, all my old buddies, Oscar, a.k.a. Pisa. What's up, homie? I'm waiting for you to get out and come down south. Adam Lemon, everybody, Trevor, and Trouble, they send their love. I'm way down south, so y'all just give me a holler when y'all get out. We'll see if I can get y'all down here. All right, man, I love every one of y'all, bro, and y'all got my number, so you know what's up? All right, love and respect. Later, man. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Gibbs.
Thank you so much for doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See, I feel old now. He called me ma'am. Oof.
Hey, you forget we're on video.
Oh, hey now, what the? You are wrong for that. You are wrong for that. I'm telling you. Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, what? I know where I'm not doing anything. What do you think I'm doing? Yeah, man, I want to slap. Okay, let's get to Mr. Jason, and I think I know which Jason this is, but let's put him on the air.
Well, hello, The Prison Show. How are y'all tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
Well, I missed last weekend because there's so much going on, and I fell behind, and I want to apologize for that because I normally get on here faithfully, and just for some, just some good words for anyone that's coming up for parole. or is considering getting parole, know that you're going to still be held accountable, and anything you say to any one of these people that work here, if you're coming to a transitional center, they can lock you up, and they will lock you up. I mean, that's just how it is. So just remember that you're still being held accountable, because there's been several people that has been held accountable. And, you know, I don't want to see anybody get locked up, but that's the way that it is. They changed a lot of things here in Beaumont. And, if you're on certain stipulations when you get parole, if you're on certain stipulations and you're coming into Beaumont changed a child safety zone to 1,500 square feet. The city council did, which was a real blowback to everybody that's here in Beaumont for housing. Okay, and so I'm going to start off on my shout-outs. The first one is going to be for Logan, my nephew. He's at the Havens unit. He should be getting out any day. How about El Jahara? He's at the Robertson unit. Nico at the Robertson unit. Joseph or Little Jojo at the Styles unit. Little J at the Allred unit. How about Walter at the Bill Clemens unit? How about Jonas, a.k.a. Lakewood, at the Styles unit? Jedediah Lil Dre at the Robertson unit. Jeremy at the Robertson unit. Deveridge at the Robertson unit. Cody at the James Lenoff unit. Rodney at the Robertson unit. Billy at the Robertson unit. How about Little Rob at the Michael trustee camp? You're still there. You should be coming home anytime soon. I have been writing you letters. You know, if I write you a letter, I'm expecting to get one back. So, let's see. How about, Diamond, went to TDCJ, somewhere in TDCJ, I don't know. How about Ali, somewhere went to, TDCJ. Gadget wants to do a special shout out to Lynn at the Skyview unit. And then, Norman at the Wainwright unit. And then I have, Mr. Charles, one of my friends. He was at Jefferson County, facility, but I think he went back to TDCJ. And then I have, Alex, that was at the Bradshaw unit, but, I think you went either you got back on parole or you're at some other unit, I believe. And let's see, how about William at the ISF at the Houston facility. Then I have a new one that I had to add. He was here, but he's at the Jefferson facility. Due to being held accountable, Keyshawn. And let's see, how about Mr. Blake at the James Lenoff unit? Then I have Mr. James, special shout out to Mr. James at the Telfer unit. I have, how about Shields at the Bill Clemens unit? Then I have Little Rick at the Bill Clemens unit, Pirate at the Bill Clemens unit. How about Michael at the Michael unit, huh? How about that? Let's see. How about Mr. Patterson at the Wallace unit? Then I have Mr. Graves at the Robertson unit. I have Redneck at the Robertson unit. And I have, my old coworker Bean and his son in TDCJ, at the, Bill Clemens unit. Then I have one of my besties, Stefan, at the Robertson unit. Hey, Stefan, I'm going to be writing you soon, so be expecting a letter. Then I have Casper at the Robertson unit, Cece at the Robertson unit, AJ at the Robertson unit, Todd at the Robertson unit, and one of my favorite ones, Ran at the Robertson unit. Hey, 44, what's up? A special shout out to Ted at the Buster Cole unit. And Deshauna wants to do a special shout out to Danion. He's at the Arkansas Cummings unit. And once again, if you're going to do something, that's not so great, there is accountability that you'll have that sad puppy look on your face. And it's sad to see people like that, It really is. But I am here for you, and I want you to know I am supporting you. I am here for you. And you can write me, or you can write the prison show, and I'm sure they'll delay a message to me. And I want to thank everybody on the prison show. I want to say a big, big thank you to Miss Linda, Miss Dani, David, Cowboy David, and Miss Joanne, and everybody that works there. Y'all do such a great job. And the Death Row Angels. And with that, I will see y'all next weekend.
All right. You have a great week.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's get to, let's see. How about, I think Eva. Yeah, Eva.
Hey, Kitty. How are you? Yeah, I just finished to write the reply to the message I got from you today. I'm not sure if you will still receive it today during the day, but fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know, I'm a little bit confused, but maybe this is just me thinking too much about things that do not even exist. I think that's always a possibility. I just hope you're okay. Yeah, what else? I might have maybe some good news anytime soon, but that isn't sure yet. Yeah, when my sister was here, this was actually quite good as well. So, yeah, I think we will see each other again in September. Yeah, as I told you, it's my mom's birthday this month, but she won't be here anyway, so I don't think that there will be much going on. And, yeah, I think it would just mean when she returns. To be honest, I can't even really tell how old she's getting. I mostly only remember the birthday, like the actual date, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But when it comes to the age or the year, then this often skips my mind. But I think what's most important is that you do not forget the date, I guess. Anyway, cutie, yeah, this weekend I would just go to this festival a bit without spending any money for tickets or bands or stuff. Probably just eat and drink something and listen to this one rock band for free, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing from you again next week, and I hope you get a good try. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Eva. How about Bobby? Bobby's been holding for a little while. Let's get to Bobby.
Y'all doing this evening?
Doing good. How about you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, honey. I want to give a shout out to my son Bo at Estelle Unit and tell him his mama loves him and misses him.
Oh, you're so sweet, and I'm sure hopefully he's listening to it right now, but if not, he can definitely catch that on the tablet. But I know he loves you too. Thank you so much for calling in, Bobby.
You too, and thank y'all very much, honey, and have a good weekend, babies.
You too. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Y'all don't forget to call 713-526-5738. And remember the rules. Don't forget the rules. No cussing. The 7 deadlies, but I can't say the 7 deadlies. No, I'm not going to say those, but no cussing, no mentioning the first and last name along with the unit. No, don't do that. I'm sure David has some more rules that...
You sure?
Probably not, no. That
I mean,
was
there's
wrong.
some variations of it. You can just say their name and state.
Yeah.
You can say first, last name, and state.
Or nickname.
Nickname. Nicknames are great.
Yeah, if they got a nickname, of course. Sometimes there's like I made the mistake of asking for Flacco one time, and they're like, which one? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure which one. So y'all just keep in mind the rules. We want to keep on going on this wonderful show.
And we got to have the cranes.
Let me. Once again, I'm going to model the cranes for you. I know it's getting on someone's nerves really bad, so I'm going to do it again.
Yep. Poor Britt. I had to make Dani move the crane.
I know. I had to make sure that you were on camera. There you go, Britt. Now it's all up in my face, but, like, hey. So Britt is all the way here from New York. She's studying at NYU. So she has been doing a little bit of, she's going to be interviewing Linda and I tomorrow. And she's here watching the prison show. Welcome, live in person. And I didn't even mention, Linda's here, David's here, I'm here, I'm Dani, Joanne's here. So
we miss Athena.
Yeah, we miss Athena. Where are you? Everyone brought sweets for you.
She was taking a nap.
Oh, she sent us a message before the show saying that she wanted sweets.
She got a whole bunch.
She got a whole bunch.
She's not even here.
She ain't even here.
So I'm going to take mine back to the house.
No, I'll take it. I got it. I'll save it for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Miss Patty? Miss Patty has been holding for a minute.
You all don't have to take the sweets home. I'll go get them.
That's right.
I need them, Anyway, this shout out is for my nephew. I know, dear Patty's here on the line here. I've heard that they said we can't say the name or the unit, so, mijo, you know who you are. Dear Patty loves you. We're supposed to go fishing Sunday. I think your tío has a girlfriend, mijo. Because he's been leaving and doesn't answer when we call him. So, anyway, that's a new one. Eddie posted a picture yesterday. Arch Manning was over at his house. So that was good to see. Hopefully we're going to be able to go up to a game this season. We're waiting. We saw some of the football yesterday. So we're ready for football to start, mijo. Let's see. Well, Alyssa graduated. I kind of heard a little bit of what your mom was saying. She was, I got on hold when she was on. So I saw Freddie yesterday. He's doing great. Tia Gracie has COVID. I told her I was going to put a sign up saying, do not let Graciela Morales on property. And there she goes. She shows up today. She's a Morales. You know that. So, anyway, the early, not doing so great. Of course, she's worried. But we're trying to, lift her up. We love you, mijo. Hello to Jeff, Will, Mark, Brandon, Rudy, Juan. I don't know, who am I missing? I think I mentioned Jeff. Mark, mijito, we're here, mijito. We're lifting you up in prayer. Keep your head up. We love you. And hopefully we'll be up. I think I'm going to be up on the 21st. And then again on the 4th. But I'm hoping your mom, we're going to go up on the 21st. I'm not sure yet. But we'll go up to see you. Of course, this month and next month. And, anyway, mijito. We love you. We miss you. Thank you, Linda, Dani, David. We appreciate everything you do. letting us put this on, and we can at least say hi to the boys. Thank you so much, and good night. And love you, mijo.
Hey, Patty, just for clarification, you can say his name Beto, and you can say what unit Beto's on, but you can't call him, I don't know, Juan Mario Jesus Rodriguez over on the bird unit. You know what I mean? You can't say his whole name and what unit he's on.
Okay, well, mijo knows who he is.
There you go.
He knows who's right.
And how do you pronounce his name? How do you pronounce it?
Beto.
Beto. See, I told you.
Beto.
But that's because she's Hispanic. But if you're talking about the Beto unit,
No, that's
the Beto unit's
No.
different.
No, it.
Yeah.
His name is Humberto.
You're right. But
we
she's trying
call him
to
Beto.
know how to pronounce the Beto unit.
No, I know how to pronounce the Beto unit.
It's Beto.
Beto.
Yeah.
But of course, I think most of my sisters, everybody calls him mijo.
There you
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, he was our first nephew, so, mijo. He's not Beto, he's mijo. And, well, I mean, Jeff, Will, everybody knows, who we're talking about, so there's no news there.
No.
You all know who we're talking about. We love you, mijito. Good night.
Good night, Miss Patty. All right, I think Eva Maria.
You sure?
Eva Marie,
You said you think.
I think. I wasn't sure.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. Tonight I've got a really special greeting for you from Roswitha, who is a woman who is about 90 years old now and has been doing human rights work and writing to prisoners for decades. I had told her about Polanski unit and Texas prisons some time ago, and she hadn't forgotten, and now she asked me to send some greetings over the radio, especially from Roswitha from Germany, and also from me. We both haven't forgotten you, and we wish you all the best for this weekend. Eva Maria together with Roswitha. Good night.
Oh, that was sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, how about Tiffany?
Hello?
Hey, Tiffany, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, this is for Chop at the SFC Houston. Hey, baby. Just wanted to let you know we were at home. The kids are upstairs. Kwani's down here. We just got done eating dinner. We had ended up ordering Spanish flour. I had got your favorite, the steak a la Mexicana. Good. The visit went great. I was just so happy to see you with the kids, before they go back to school. They miss you so much, and just seeing them with you just melts in my heart. We'll start to see you, probably once a month or so. We'll make a schedule for it. But I have somebody that wants to say hi.
Hi, Dad. I just want to say that I love you and miss you, and I have school next week, and I'm not ready for that. And I'm just making my back to school, what is it, Mom? Poster. And, yeah. I love you. Love you.
Yes, that's one of your children right here. Wanted to say I love you. So, but yes, visit went great, baby. I can't wait to see you again. I hope you're having a good night. You're probably just laying there just missing us, like we're missing you as well. But I will talk to you in the morning. Call me when you get up. Good night, sweet dreams. I love you. Mwah. Talk to you in the morning. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Tiffany. You have a great weekend.
You do the same. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, I think Miss Caitlin.
Hola, Beto. How are you? I hope you're in good health, spirits, staying safe and smiling. As for me, all is good. I am just fixing to leave to go to work soon. So at the moment, I'm here with Miss Bell. And I don't know whether you can hear her. You want to say hi, Belle? Yeah? Yeah, I don't know whether you could hear that, but she says, hello. Other than that, yeah, everything is good. So please know that you're my heart and thoughts. I also want to give a shout out to the guys, Eric, Mark, Will, Debo, and Rudy. Hope you all are doing good. And Belle says hi too. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
Belle's happy. Thank you so much, Caitlin. How about Captain Tom? Let's get him on the air. Hey, Captain
Hello.
Tom. Hello.
Hello, Debbie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. David?
Hey, what's going on, Cap? Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You remembered.
I was debating on whether to sing it or not, but, you know.
Sing it.
Oh, you saw my post on Facebook.
Yeah, looked like you had a good time.
Yes, I did. Celebrated a little early, but Monday is like my actual day.
It's better than celebrating late.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, shout outs to all my incarcerated veterans and my homeless veterans. And of course, you can always, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And a word to all you people out there that don't like the idea that we're always asking for money. We don't ask for money. We just appreciate your donations, and you need to donate to the prison show. So, be on next week right here at KPFT. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Captain Tom.
Have a good night, brother.
All right, you too.
I hit the button.
Yeah, you did. So I have a quick question. I know that we got some letters and some complaints that men in G4, I'm not sure about G5 too, but G4, when they put in the 2 bunks, they welded them in some cases, both of the lockers do not have locks. There's only one lock for 2 lockers. So there's been some issues at several units, and so I've been in contact with the Ombudsman's office about it. If you've had the same issue, drop us a line, because they're supposed to have a lock for each locker. So let us know. Write to us. We'll be more than happy to help you. All right, how about Kiki? I know Kiki wants to get on.
Message for Rodney at the Funsky unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. Just calling to say I love you, and I'm thinking of you and missing you. Just chilling at home with May and Jeff, making a bean soup in the crock pot. We're just all hanging out and chilling, waiting for you to call me. It's about 3:54 p.m. my time. Anyways, I'll be on tonight listening in with you. I love you, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. I love you, baby. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I hope you have a great weekend. Miss you. Thank you, Dani. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, David. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night and a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kiki. Yeah, we hope you have a great weekend, too. All right, now, Luanda.
Luanda.
I
thought I sent you that.
Yeah, that was about 30 messages ago, David.
Yeah, we got to be careful. I got to bump a little bit of this out because she says the full name in the unit.
Hi, good evening. My name is Luanda Campbell. I'm calling from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. As Will and I were connected about 1.5 years or so ago through Letters for Liberation, and we began our pen palship, which quickly moved into friendship and just a really deep love and admiration and quick bonding as family. We had a lot of commonalities, actually, starting with mentorship, he mentoring fellow inmates and myself participating in mentorship on the outside. And from there, we just started writing really every single day, getting to know each other. And the more that we wrote and the more that I read his letters, I was just so connected to his mind and his creativity. And his ability to tell a story was just like nothing I'd ever read before. And so I remember saying, like, Will, have you ever thought of writing a book? And he was basically like, yeah, I thought of it. I've written and been writing, but, you know, things were lost or taken and it never materialized. But he began the process of writing again, and through the Securus app, he'd write me page after page after page, and I'd store the pages. And by December of 2025, he'd finished writing, and I said, all right, it's my turn. So started editing, and now we're pretty much wrapping up the editing portion of his book and are really excited to finalize it and get it all put together and hopefully published this year. And I'm very excited to help him bring this story to life. It's just a beautiful telling of his life, parts of his life, his heart, his desires, his relationship with God, his purpose, passion, all the things. And yeah, couldn't be more proud and thankful that I got to be a part of this with him. So sending you some love this evening, Will, and we will talk soon.
Was that for Big Will or another Will?
You want me to play the part that I'm supposed to cut out?
No, don't play.
It wasn't for...
It wasn't for... Okay. All right.
I guess I cut too much out.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I didn't do it like editing. I hit the darn thing and made it go forward.
Well, you know who you are, Will. You know who you are. Okay. How about... Oh, here we go. Mysterious Mike. The not so mysterious.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the historic prison show on the Mighty 90, KPFT. Here's my shout-outs: Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Jesse Cortez. Shout-out for Blaine. No, excuse me. Shout-out for Clarence Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the summer and having a wonderful time. And remember to write to me. You can write through David Collingsworth. I'll write you back. And remember to donate to the prison show of the Mighty 90, KPFT. And now, adios.
Adios, Mike.
Sayonara.
Yeah, see you later. All right.
Hasta la vista.
All right, so Kelsey Young, we got your letter. And yes, I will definitely register my phone, not a problem. And I don't know about that because I tried to register Mr. Bryant, and that that hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, and Mr. Faulkner. Yeah, if I hear you about the respite, a lot of units are having issues giving respite. So you have to have your loved ones and your advocates, your loved ones, friends, anyone that you know, stay on their backs. You know, call the unit, say, hey, these people aren't getting respite and they need it. So, yeah, I'm going to lend you a hand, and if other people are having issues with respite, drop us a line here at the Prison Show. And what is that address, you may ask? It is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas, 77371. Do not put Shepherd, America, although I do think it would get there. I'm almost positive it would get there.
Everybody knows where Shepherd, America is.
Yeah, it's Shepherd, America. Trust me, it is. So yes, and I'm scared to open the other one that David has asked me about.
Why would you be scared to open it?
I don't know. You never asked me, hey, did you open that letter yet?
Well, it's because it was he's asked me if we got his pictures, and he wants to send these pictures to Meg Sanger.
Okay, that's...
And Meg was on last week.
I thought he was sending it to... The whole thing was to Meg, and I was like, oh.
No, I don't know if the whole thing's to Meg, because the only way he could get them there was to send them here.
Oh.
And then we had Meg on last week, and we told her about him. But he's been writing me on the Getting Out app.
Okay.
He wanted to call us and make shout-outs. He says he can call us on video.
Really? Yeah, I got one of them. I got one of the photos.
Hey.
Hi. Yeah, that's what I almost just said. Hi. How are you? Yeah, I think we did get the photos. I'll have to read the letter later. So, yeah, I think we did get the photos. Or at least this one.
Is it a photo or a drawing?
I'm sorry. It's a...
Hey.
Yeah, I know. Hi.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, like I said, they can't get National Geographic, so they got to draw their own.
Yeah. Yes, and he does. You know, they get National Geographic TV. I understand that it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Why can't they get the magazine anymore?
Because they can't have any kind of nudity. Everything has to be clothed.
Oh, that's true. They usually let the National Geographic slide in, but not anymore.
Yeah.
I know some units are...
They got tired of ripping out the pages.
Yeah. Just deny the whole thing. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Who wants to do a shout-out? Do you want to do a shout-out? Nope. Joanne does not. How about Miss Linda? Linda, you want to do them?
Okay.
She's going for the mic.
She's going for it.
All right. I want to say good evening to Joe Lost. I got your letter, Joe, so I sent you a message back. James Davis II, James Davis III, Marcus Robinson, Kevin Lights, Camera Axon Jackson, William F. Owen Sr., Paul DeVoe, Dennis Price, Robert Robertson, Big Flo, Iron Thunder Horse, Beto, Bill Sims. Sorry, I messed your name up, Bill. I'm so sorry. CJ, Jaime Cole, Tyrone Williams, Will Spear, Ronald Haskell, Franklin Davis, Charles C. Bolton, Lucky Ward, David Wood, Gregory Allen, Joey Vila, Garland Harper, Tyrone Jamal Williams, Vincent Baker, Sharon McKinney, Bryant Kendrick, Arthur Holloway, Alex Rigsby, Lane Murray Girls from Michelle Irvin, Jason Thornton, Gerondo Dominguez, Stephen Banks, Cody Webb, Vanessa Escobar, Morgan RST, James Schwarsh, Emmanuel Etienne, Thomas Florence, Joseph Hernandez, Tanner Horner, Naomi Johnson, Christopher Heller, I think. I can't read. I forgot my glasses. Kevin Clifford, Joseph Hernandez, Thomas Florence, Larry West, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Good night. Have a nice week.
All right. Do you want to do?
Go ahead.
Do you want to
Britt
do a
might
shout
have
out?
some.
Britt?
A shout out?
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you want to do one?
But don't I need to know someone specific?
No, just tell everybody hey. Just say hey.
Oh, hey everyone! First time in Houston, Texas. Thanks so much for having me and welcoming me.
Wait a minute. Pick up your boot.
Yeah, I got my boots on.
She wore her boots.
I wore my boots for Texas, for Houston, and yeah, I'm really excited to get to know everyone and hear about your activism. And if you have anything that you would like to share with me, then I'm here with Linda and Dani for the rest of the week, so feel free. Thank you.
She don't sound like she's from New York.
Yeah, where are you from?
I was born in Israel.
Israel,
Oh.
born in Israel.
Yeah, I moved to New York when I was 12.
Moved when she was 12. All right. Well, welcome to Texas, and you're fitting in pretty good with those boots.
Thank you.
You got the boots on, yes.
You ever heard of New York Echo? Hello, shut the hell up.
Yeah. Sounds like my ex-husband.
That's funny.
All right, I'm going to do a few shout-outs. Bo. Hey, Bo, at the Styles Unit. Farron, my friend who was so mean to me. He left me crying. T. Hey, T. Got your message. Kelsey Young, like I said, got your letter. I will be responding. Tanner, great visit with you. Randy Halpern, your people set up to get into the Death Row Angels Facebook. So I'm looking forward to getting to know them. Larry at the Huntsville Unit, Britt Rapowski. Troy Glover. Hey, Troy. We haven't forgotten you. Don't think we have. No, we're old and we procrastinate. Greg Bryant. Hey, Greg, I'm going to answer you sometime this weekend. Travis Fletcher. Hey, Travis. I don't think you're able to hear us anymore, but we're still going to give you great big shout outs. Eddie at the Wainwright Unit. Brandon. Hey, Brandon, I got an answer to the question about the medical issue. Got your answer. Joel at the Hughes Unit. Big smile after your phone call today. Thank you. Jay and Chucky over at the Win Unit. Leroy at the Pack Unit. Jeff Pribble. Will Spear. Big Wheel. I was saying Red Onion Prison, but I don't think they have us over there. I think we found out they didn't. Rexalicious. Hey, Rexalicious. And, of course, CJ. Hey, CJ. All right.
Hey.
Hey.
You said Leroy. Whenever I was growing up, my dad always said, hey, Leroy. And he called my little brother's name's Roy, and he'd call him Leroy Alvin. And my poor brother was so confused as he grew up. He said, is my name Roy, or is my name Roy Allen, or is my name Leroy Alvin?
Oh, my God. What's my name?
Yeah, they were just joking. Dad joked around with all the guys he worked with, and they called each other Leroy. So anyway, I'd like to shout out to Michael Cundiff, Joseph Hernandez. I like your drawing. Bradley Bozarth, Cecil Fluker, Eric Hensley, Jermaine Davis, Robert Thomas, Thomas Murphy, John Thomas, David Galbraith, Wilson Medina, Angel Osaguro, Jose Ramirez, Victor Gamble, Darius Washington, Porfirio Olivas. Hope I said that right.
Wow, that
was pretty good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Derek MacArthur, Jason Sikora, Benjamin Baez, Marissa Pate, Joseph Verbos, Richard Jumper, William Greer, Tiffany Cheeks. Hey, have you heard from Coco? Remember Tiffany Cheeks? Coco's always hollering at her.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Coco in a while.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. Maybe we ought to. I might have his number. I think I might call him.
Okay.
Hey, Terry Taylor, David Travis, Zachary Shink, Robert Gallagher, Lionel Rogers, Charles Booth, Jandre Dyson, Tyree Young, Marcus Brown, Brian Poplin, Corey Odoms, Anthony Thomas, James Christian. Look, guys, I know I hadn't answered everybody. I've answered quite a few of you, but I still see a few dots there, but I'll get to it. I've been working so much. I worked till 8:30 the other night. So, I mean, it's just that time of year, I think. Let's see. Dennis Price, I hope you heard your song. I'm proud of you. You're doing real good. I'm glad you're in the band out there. Them folks need to give you a little bit more freedom on that guitar.
Guitar.
That guitar. That man knows how to pick that guitar. Bill Sims, Charles Flores, Cornelius Robinson, 3RD Dennis Richardson, Douglas Rivera, Jay Van Story, Jeremy Adler, Joe Ramirez, Kenny Morissette, Kenny Travis, Sharon, Paul Sims, Pete Sines, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, Sonny Wilson, Stephanie Martin, Will Spear, and Clinton Young. You know, Clinton, man, my heart went out to Diamond the other day. She wasn't doing nothing, and she was sitting there, and man, she was like just sitting there crying, and all of a sudden she started whining, and there was no reason for it, but my heart just dropped, and I picked her up and gave her a big old hug. And I think all it was she just wanted some attention.
Aww.
And she knew how to get it, man. She tugged my old heartstring. All I could do was just pick her up and hold her tight.
Aw, did she stop whining?
Yeah, and then she starts licking. She's a licker. She can't stop licking once she gets started. But she'll cry, and big old tears just welling up in her eyes, and they'll run down her cheeks. And I'm like, man, you little drama queen. But she whines too, you know. Like, I mean, she's literally crying. It's like, what are you crying for?
Poor
Come
baby.
here.
Poor baby.
Yeah, she just likes to love. She's a good dog. I mean, we got a house full of rescues. And then Dee Dee tonight was out looking for the goose. Henrietta. You know, she was broody, so we went out and got a couple ducks. Gave her these little baby ducks. She thinks she hatched these baby ducks. And she's been raising them, boy. Don't go around them. She'll hiss at you and all kinds of stuff, you know.
And they're mean.
Oh, that goose. But I went out tonight, and her feathers are all ruffled. She's been tussling with something.
Oh, my God.
Something come around. And I seen some hawks and stuff out there, so I wouldn't be doubted if she thought she was, you know, maybe a hawk come down and tried to get a chicken, and she thought they were trying to get the ducks. You're supposed to put some black chickens or something out in your flock, and then the hawks will leave you alone. Because they don't get along with crows. Did you know that?
I'm not up to speed on the birds, but I'm really...
But I think that goose done got a hold of a hawk or something. Her feathers are all every which way. But Dee Dee was out looking for her. She didn't know where she was, and she found the feathers out on the ground, and she was looking for the goose. And I said, well, she was out by the truck earlier, but her feathers are all...
Oh.
But that goose come after me the other night. I was in the coop, and she was hissing, and she coming at me, and I just pointed at her and said, don't even think about it.
You know, the station in Livingston had a goose, a pet goose. That thing would chase me around the damn... Back then I could run, and it would chase me all around their big porch. And I still have scars on my feet where...
It would chomp on you? Was it a male or female? A goose or a gander?
I didn't get that close.
At the bird unit, they had a male goose, a gander, and it would chase all the guys, and some of the trustees would laugh about it. But it's not too funny whenever they come after you.
Well, no, it isn't. And it just so happened that one of the guys on death row was released on parole, and he moved into the radio station because it was a house. And I was screaming because this damn goose was chasing me. And the neighbors thought that this guy was a terrorist. They called the cops.
911.
Yeah. I'm like, it's a goose. I swear to you, it's a goose. Yeah. It's not him.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it wasn't really funny when it...
She's talking and she don't have a mic. No? You got to hit the button. How long we been in this studio? Hit the button, Linda.
I have a funny story to tell. I have llamas, and our neighbor called and said, hey, you got one of your llamas going down Highway 27. You know, she said, y'all better go get it back in because it might get hit. Well, I never thought I could move so fast, you know, but I was running down 27 trying to chase this llama. And then she jumped in the ditch and tried to jump back over our fence, but she didn't make it, and she bounced off the fence back into me, and we both fell in the ditch. So this nice man came and picked me up and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm all right." And then all of a sudden, the llama just jumped over the fence. So I don't know. I didn't even know that they could jump.
So in that video that the extras that I put at the end of the show, were those alpacas? Do you have alpacas and llamas?
No, I just have llamas.
So those little ones, or they were just little llamas?
Baby llamas, yeah. They were just like, had 3 of them born. They're like 2 weeks apart.
So some of y'all listening in, if you haven't watched the very end of the videos, you got to watch the whole video because you've got, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes worth of stuff at the end. We show our critters, our cars, our whatever. One day I drove in and showed the front of the KPFT. We're just trying to show a little bit of extras.
I don't think they want to see my car. It's trash.
Yeah, I was going to show pictures of my bike. I got a new tour pack put on my bike. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know, my freewheeler just had the sissy bar in the back. Now I've got the trunk like my other bikes always had.
You mean a compartment?
Yeah, and they call it a tour pack. So, I mean, I had the trunk, I still got the big trunk because that's what makes up a trike. But now up on top of it, I got a place I can put my hat.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
They call it a tour pack. The guys on the...
Okay.
It looks pretty cool. The next thing I want to do, instead of having a windshield, I want to get me a fairing. Looks pretty cool.
No clue what that is.
Yeah, remember my other bike? It had the thing in the wind guard thing in the front. They call it a fairing, where I had my radio and the windshield and all that stuff. The light.
I don't remember that. I didn't pay much attention to it. I can't drive one.
Typical woman.
Yeah, and just a second ago I was like typical.
Just make it go vroom. Just make it go vroom.
Yeah. I'll get on the back and let's go. That's about it.
A while ago, Marlo asked if we'd make sure Britt got home. I said, yeah, we'll get her home, even if I got to throw her on the back of the Harley. And then Marlo said, well, I want to ride home then.
Yeah.
Remember Gabby? When she come in from France, I took her around on the motorcycle.
Yeah. We haven't heard from her.
Yeah, I got a text from her the other day. She's with her mom out in Florida. At least she's in the States.
Yeah.
She's looking for work.
So Gabby's the one that did our...
The prison show film.
Yeah, the prison show film.
Yeah, I think your mic is on over there, Britt. You got to speak up, though. It's a 1980s mic.
Hey.
Hey. You want to ride home on the Harley?
Honestly, it's soft landing in Houston, Texas. I might take it. Is there space for the camera?
Depends on how big it is, because I still got my bag, but I think your camera will probably fit in the tour pack.
Up to you.
Yeah, I don't mind giving you a ride home if you want to ride home. Just make sure right now you tell Dee Dee, hey, Dee Dee, David's going to give me a ride home.
Alrighty, if Linda approves it, we're good to go.
All right.
Yes. Thanks.
Did you make shout-outs? Everybody already made shout-outs?
Yeah, Joanne doesn't.
Joanne doesn't have it? You don't have no birthdays or nothing?
No. I think she's having knee problems.
Oh.
I understand the arthritis thing.
Oh, that ain't no good.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, we still got a minute or two left.
Well, I got a new golf cart that I love to drive around.
Yeah, it was a nice looking golf cart.
Yeah, it is. It's I got one with big wheels so that I could get across the pasture without crashing.
Is it electric or gas?
It's gas.
Oh yeah, across the pasture while she's typing something to me, and I'm on a text message, and I'm like, "What in the world are you trying to tell me?" Linda.
Well, I was
texting and driving across the pasture.
I was on my way over to Stephen Russell's house, because he lives on our ranch, and I was going to his house with that, and I was trying to send a message to you, and I got all mixed up. I read it back, and I thought, oh my gosh, she doesn't even know what I'm saying.
No wonder you didn't drive through the ditch or something.
I know.
Yeah.
I guess you got big wheels. It's okay, right?
But any of you guys that knew Stephen Russell, he's doing great. He got a 4.0 average, and he's going to be a paralegal come December. So.
I wonder how come whenever Joanne talks in that mic, she blows everybody away, but I have to crank Linda's volume all the way up.
Linda's it's petite.
She's petite.
She's petite.
And I'm so quiet.
Oh, yeah, she's quiet until you make her mad.
Yeah, put that mic up in your face. Like a country western star.
Yep.
Or a rapper.
A rapper, yeah.
Yeah, get all up on it. Yep, it's 10:55. We got like 2 minutes to close out. It's been a pretty good show. We had a rough start because we missed Athena.
Well, what's new? When don't we have a...
Well, we didn't drop anybody off the phone tonight.
We did.
Yay!
Yay!
I mean, we didn't have too many gremlins. It was just a rough start.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got to start over on my Facebook page. So you want to see the beginning of the show, go look on my Facebook page.
Oh, it was on yours?
Yeah, it was on my page. It was on the wrong Facebook profile.
Well, isn't that something?
Yeah, and for whatever reason, it was hard to find how to change a profile on an iPad. You know, on a computer, you just hit the arrow, and there it is.
I mean, it's an iPad, so.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all stay tuned for Skylar Dawn, since we're back into the Skylar Dawn sandwich. And, yep, she plays different kind of music tonight. It's Damage Control. I don't think DJ Chill's around, but it's all about Skylar Dawn. And I think last week she had a bunch of different people in there too, though, right?
I think.
Yeah, she was. I don't know. That music's, it gets you boogieing whenever you're trying to put your stuff up. So y'all tune in, have a good night, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.
To see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski. Bonjour, Villamore. In my dreams I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This sings my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio. And to all the laughers, men sitting on the road, try to keep your heads up. You ain't me if you got hope.
Yeah, I saw the gate swing slow. Same dust on the floor, same cold. My name on a tag dead straight. Same old line at the iron gate. You know I came back wrong. Too many nights, too long. Pocket full of bad news. Same boots, same bruise. Told myself I'd stay clean. Told myself I'd leave. But the road got me, and it brought me to my knees. Back to prison, back to prison.
Lock me in, lock me in.
Back to prison, back to prison. I know what I did. Back to prison, back to prison.
Lock me in, lock me in.
Back to prison, back to prison. I'm back in the grid. Lights buzz hard in the hall. Heard my last name hit the wall. One box, one bed, one stair. Same cracks, same air. Mama said, boy, come home. I came home to stone. Now I pace that little square, counting scars in the air. I tried to run, tried to hide, but the wolf stayed near. Every wrong turn in my life had a badge right here. Back to prison, back to prison.
Lock me in, lock me in.
Back to prison, back to prison. I know what I did. Back to prison, back to prison.
Lock me in, lock me in.
Back to prison, back to prison. I'm back in the grid. No big speech, no tears, just chain links and years. I learned my lesson late. Now I pay my stake. Still I hold my head up high. Even here I'm alive. Back to prison, back to prison.
Lock me in, lock me in.
Back to prison, back to prison. I know what I did. Back to prison, back to prison.
Lock me in, lock me in.
Back to prison, back to prison. I'm back in the grid. Friday night, the red lights on. Another week, another song. Across the miles through steel and stone. A lonely heart knows they're not alone. Families waiting by the phone. Prayers whispered from back home. Hope comes riding on the air. With every voice that says we're here. When the world is turned away, love still finds another way. You hear a voice through the walls, but nobody calls. We're hope in the darkness, standing strong through it all. Every shout out, every prayer, let somebody know we care. Second chances start today. That's the prison show.